Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So in today's pick a card, we are going to be taking a look at how the person you are thinking of feels about you. So we'll start by looking at your versus their energy and what the connection is like between the two of you. And then we will see your person's past, present, and future feelings for you. So when I do this reading, I am going to be assuming that most of you guys are watching with a love interest in mind, so somebody with whom you want to pursue a romantic relationship, and also somebody whom you've already met in the 3D. Now, if this is not the case for you and your person falls outside of that description, that's entirely okay. You're still welcome to watch this reading, but keep in mind that you just may need to modify some of the messages that come out to fit to your situation. So there are 4 readings for you guys to choose from today. I'm going to show you each of the crystals one by one, and then please pick whichever one you feel drawn to the most. Number 1 is Kunzite. Number 2 is Honey Calcite. Number 3 is Fuchsite. And number 4 is White Moonstone. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number ones, so if you guys chose the Kunzite, this is going to be a reading all about how the person you're thinking of feels about you. So just before we get into it, I just wanted to tell you guys that I was overcome with this feeling that you guys are such wonderful people. Like, I really felt like I wanted to tell you that. Both you and the person you are asking about. You feel like such wonderful, amazing people. Okay, so just a little message for you before we get into the cards. And now I have these oracle cards that I want to start off with, and what we're going to see with these is your energy versus your person's energy, and then also what is sort of going on energetically in this connection and what it's like between the two of you. So to start off, we have the Lovers and the Devil. I think I'm going to do this in like person A, person B style, meaning that I won't be telling you this side is you and this side is the other person. Rather, I will leave that to you to determine which side you are resonating more with. If you feel like both sides are resonating with you, that's normal. It likely just means that you are mirroring your person. And if neither side sounds like you, then maybe this isn't your pile and you might want to choose a different one. But anyway, let's get into it, starting with person A over here on the Lover side. So this is the card that represents the personality or the essence of person A, and right away I am getting such a sweet vibe from this card. Whoever person A is, they are like this adorable, kind ray of sunshine. That is the vibe I'm getting from them. I feel like we kind of have a mixed group here when it comes to introverts versus extroverts. There may even be some ambiverts here, but what I'm feeling is like when this person is in the mood to socialize and talk to people, they are just, it's like everybody loves them. They're so sweet, they're so likable, they're a great conversationalist, and they have a genuine interest in getting to know people. They love to meet people who are different from them, who have different experiences, or who have something to teach them. They love anything that fills their head with new ideas, anything that intellectually stimulates them and makes their world that much broader. I feel like this is someone who really wants to explore everything this world has to offer. They might have a dream to, travel to different countries someday, maybe even settle in another country. This is somebody who is very intelligent. This is someone who's also very empathic. They can read people very, very well and have a deep sense for how others are feeling. And if they care about someone or they're very close with someone, I feel like that ability is only heightened even more. And then quite literally from the name of this card, I can say that this person is a lover, okay? This is a romantic. I might even call them a hopeless romantic. They really want that close, affectionate, intimate relationship with somebody special. And I do feel that this person is ready to give their heart to somebody. I feel that this person, like I said, they're intelligent, they're mature. I think they have a very good sense of who they are and what they want. So I feel like when it comes to entering into that kind of committed relationship, this lovers person is really there. Like they're really ready for it. The other thing I want to say with the lovers is that I often get like a telepathic or claircognizant vibe from it. So this person that we're looking at here might have this kind of ability where not only are they very good at reading what others are feeling, but they can actually pick up on specific thoughts or specific messages from the higher selves of people around them. Almost like they are literally like they are reading their mind, or like they are communicating telepathically with them. This person might also have very telling dreams, or even, is it prophetic dreams, where you have a dream of something and then it happens in the future. So I do feel like this lovers person is quite tapped in psychically, which is cool. So over here on the devil side, there is one thing I want to point out about these cards, because the lovers is number 6 and the devil is number 15. So they are both adding up to 6. The imagery is a little bit different on, actually, it is kind of similar in this deck as well. I was going to say in the Rider-Waite deck, for example, there's like the couple standing here, and then there's the angel in the middle, and then on the devil, there's the couple here and the devil in the middle. So the artwork is very similar, and even in this deck, there's like a blue and pink fish, and then here there's also a blue and pink fish. So I do sense like a intrinsic, maybe? I sense like a link between these two cards, a connection between these two cards. And I don't feel like the devil is evil. I feel more like fear or insecurity from the devil. So what I would get from the devil person is that, you know, all of these wonderful things I've just said about the lovers, I feel like the devil wishes they could be like the lovers person, but they're too afraid. Or alternately, the devil is very much like the lovers person, but doesn't realize because of fear or insecurity. So, you know, everything I just said about this person being so sweet and so liked by the people around them, and so intelligent and so mature, and, you know, very affectionate, very compassionate. The devil is all of these things as well, but there's some level of fear or insecurity so that they don't see that, or they don't fully embody it. Because, you know, with these two people, with these two people being restrained, I do feel this energy of like self-restraint or holding back from the devil person. What I will say about the devil person though is that they're likely incredibly attractive and charming. This would be someone who I would consider like conventionally attractive. Very many people are attracted to this person. They could also be very successful in their career, and they might even have a high status or a high position in what they do. But what I sense about the devil is that the reason they are likely insecure is because they're searching for their self-worth kind of in the wrong places. Maybe they're searching for their self-worth in more material things or more superficial things, because the devil can talk about being overly focused on that aspect of life. Like I mentioned before, I think this person is very attractive, and they're also very capable, and they're likely very successful in what they do. And perhaps this person was maybe praised too much in those things, rather than being praised for having a good heart and being very kind, having a good character. Even though they very much do have those things, I feel like maybe they've just been surrounded by people who are just saying to them like, oh, you're so attractive, or oh my gosh, I wish I was successful like you, or I wish I had money like you, or whatever it is that they have. And so they kind of internalized putting a focus on those things. But when we overly focus on those and make them like the standard of our self-worth, we're never going to be satisfied, because we can always compare ourselves to someone else who has more, or we can always find room for improvement to, you know, hit higher goals, hit higher numbers. So I feel like the devil person has kind of fallen into that trap of basing their worth on like how much they can achieve, or how much attention they get, or how much praise they get, or something like that. And I also think when it comes to love and relationships, this person could be afraid because they might not feel worthy. They might not feel worthy of this close, caring, intimate connection. So they could be a little bit guarded with their heart. You guys know I use many different decks, and oftentimes images from other decks come into my mind, and I'm just thinking of the Devil card on the Shadowscapes tarot deck, where the devil has like a web between its hands. Almost looks like a cat's cradle, and the heart is like trapped in the web. So I think of someone who is like afraid to free their heart, or afraid to open their heart. So I already kind of see a difficult dynamic appearing between the Lovers person and the Devil person, because on one hand, you guys are both so similar as souls, and you can definitely sense that. But when it comes to how ready you are to be open and to really go after this connection, I feel like there's a disconnect there, because the Lovers really wants this closeness and the Devil is afraid. So I already see that that could be a tricky dynamic here. So with that said, there are a couple more cards that I want to take, and while these more represent who you guys are as people, these cards will represent how you show up to each other, like how you are when you interact with each other. So for the Lovers person, we have the Hummingbird, and for the Devil person, we have the Crow. So you're both coming out as birds, interestingly. Here you guys both came out as fish, or like semi-fish. So there's a lot of imagery here that is suggesting the two of you mirror each other. The two of you are quite similar. Oh, and I guess I should mention zodiac signs that are appearing as well. We have Gemini here, we have an air sign here, and then here we have Capricorn and another air sign. So lots of air energy, especially Gemini, and then also a little bit of Capricorn, in case that is relevant to you guys. If you or your person don't match under these signs, it's totally fine. It's more just meant to be confirmation for those of you who do have those signs. Okay, so Hummingbird and the Crow. The other thing I'm noticing is that there is like a rainbow motif in both of these cards, but on the Hummingbird side, the rainbow is like expanding around them, and I think this is like a testament to the Hummingbird's openness and expansiveness, or their desire to expand this connection. Whereas the Crow, there's also the rainbow here, so the potential is here, but it's all like condensed into this little ball, and the Crow is gripping it with its feet and keeping it in place where it is, rather than letting it hatch and expand. So I definitely feel more like resistance or more restraint on the side of the Devil person, and actually the images that we see here very closely mirror what we saw in the tarot cards. So this seems to be like a very strong theme in your connection. The other thing I want to point out is that the birds are facing away from each other. So it could be that the birds are not seeing eye to eye right now, or they're kind of going in different directions when it comes to this connection. Or it could be, you know, with their backs turned to each other, it could be that your truest heart or your truest emotions are currently being hidden from each other, or you feel like you cannot show each other your truest heart. When it comes to, where do I start? Let's start with the crow. I think I'll kind of go back and forth. I'll try not to ramble or be too all over the place, but starting over here with the crow person, crows do make me think of protection. I'm not sure if that's their true spirit animal meaning, but that's just personally what I feel from them. I feel a protective energy. In this case, it is coming out more as a guarded energy, like this person is very guarded with their heart. And so they may kind of be pulling away. Now, the hummingbird person, I feel kind of sad for this hummingbird person. I'm thinking about how a hummingbird can fly in any direction. I believe hummingbirds can fly backwards. And in fact, they may be the only bird that can do that, but they can fly in any direction. They can also hover in place. So it's this feeling of being versatile and adaptable. And I kind of feel like what the hummingbird may be doing is presenting themselves to the crow person as like open for anything. Even though they actually want a serious commitment from the crow, they sense that the crow is afraid and they don't want to scare the crow away. So they might be appearing to the crow like, oh yeah, I'm fine with anything. Like if you just want to be casual, if you just want to talk, if you just want to hook up, whatever stage you guys might be at, they're sort of playing it off to the crow like that. Like, oh, I'm chill, I'm whatever, because they're afraid of losing the crow or they're afraid of scaring the crow. But what's really in their heart is like, no, I want to be close with you. I want to be intimate. I want to be committed. I want to be like these cats here. So I do kind of feel sad for the hummingbird if they're behaving like that or if they feel like they need to. But I kind of feel like the crow is not buying it because crows are very intelligent. And remember, these two people are more similar than they might appear. So the same way the lovers is very perceptive and is very good at reading people, I think this person, the crow/devil person, is as well. And so even though the hummingbird might be acting outwardly towards the crow, like, yeah, I'm chill, I'm not expecting anything, I'm not hoping for anything, the crow can sense actually that the hummingbird has very deep feelings for the crow. And I think that scares them. I think what the crow is most afraid of is disappointing the hummingbird, because the crow has it in their head for some reason that they're like not good enough, that they're a failure, and that it's only a matter of time before they let the hummingbird down and destroy their expectations, which is silly because I said it even at the start of the reading. You're both amazing people. You're both so capable, kind, intelligent, and I just wish the crow would see that in themselves. And their biggest fear is that they are not those things and that they will let down the hummingbird. Like the hummingbird will just realize like, oh, you're no good, you're useless or whatever, and walk away. Which I feel like it's really an irrational fear, but that is what is kind of keeping them guarded or keeping them afraid. So they sense these deep feelings from the hummingbird, and yeah, I do think it scares them to have, they feel like it's some high expectation that they need to prove that they can live up to this standard that the hummingbird has, which probably the hummingbird isn't thinking anything like that, you know? Just the crow being the crow is enough for the hummingbird, but the crow doesn't realize that. The crow feels like they need to hit this goal or meet this standard to impress the hummingbird, which actually I feel kind of sad for the crow as well. It's a tricky dynamic that we're seeing here. So let's look at the following oracle cards now to get a feel for what's going on in the connection currently, we have closure, codependency with the message of addictions are affecting your romantic life, and then we have let go. So what's coming to my mind with the closure card is that I feel like for most of you, you've likely known this person for a while, and perhaps things have not really been progressing with this person. Like things have kind of been stuck in this limbo, I think is the word, or stuck in this in-between. And I think maybe this is the energy of the Lovers person who may have considered moving on, maybe even a few times, but they feel like they need closure if they're to move on. So what I'm kind of seeing is a situation that is not really progressing, but it's also not nothing, you know? Like the Lovers can feel that something is there, they can feel that the potential is there, and it's just not being realized. And so for such a long time it's felt to the Lovers person, and maybe this is you guys, that might be the case for most people watching. It's like you've spent so much time like on the brink of something that could be amazing, and like it seems like it's gonna happen, and then you have hope, and then it doesn't happen and you lose hope. And you've been kind of on this path for so long, and it's like you've thought about moving on, but if you are to really move on, I feel like the Lovers person just needs to know for sure. Like if this isn't going to happen, I need to know that it's not going to happen. Like I need to hear it from the Crow person that they don't want this. And I feel like the Crow person is maybe not saying yes or no, or like sometimes it's a yes and other times it's a no, which I will say is not really fair to the Hummingbird person, and it's very confusing. So the Hummingbird doesn't know like if they should close this door or not. They need like full closure. And I can see with the codependency as well, and I think this goes for both people. I do think that both people kind of have an attachment to each other, or they both have insecurities that are keeping them in this limbo. And the advice from your angels here is to let go of the outcome. I feel like for both of you, this is a situation where it will be best to take the approach of, if this is meant to happen, it will happen, and to not put too heavy of expectations on each other or how the situation is meant to play out. And in any moment, just make the decision that is best for you, that is best for your happiness, that is best for your mental health and your peace of mind as well. And trust that everything is going to work out the way that it is meant to. If you are resonating with the Lovers person, I feel like the guidance for you from your angels is not to attach too heavily to this connection, and you definitely don't need to wait around for this person, and you also don't need to feel like it's your job to, get this egg to hatch or to get them through their fears and insecurities. It could very well be something that they need to work on their own. And if you need to create more space now, or if you need to walk away now, it doesn't mean that you can't come back together in the future, but it just looks like things are a little bit tricky right now. Like it's a bit of a sticky situation, and I'm just worried with this codependency card, like if you feel some responsibility to wait or to like fix the situation. This really seems like a let go, trust the universe, trust in divine timing, trust that what's meant to happen will happen. There's no need for you to try to control the situation or feel like you need to. I think that will just be frustrating. So this is like the final guidance for you. Let go, have faith, have patience. Everything is going to be okay. So this is what I see from the oracle cards. So we are going to move on to the tarot now. I think I will keep these here. And now we're going to see the past, present, and future feelings for you from this person. So starting with the past. In the past, we have the Five of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles. So what I felt right away with the Five of Swords is that in the past, this person likely did have feelings for you, but they were in denial. This person may have even, wow, I heard lied to you, which is, it's kind of harsh, but maybe they were deceitful. That's not the word. Deceitful. Maybe they were deceitful in some way where they actually had quite strong feelings for you, but they weren't showing them, or they maybe even told you that they didn't. Like they didn't want something, they didn't want a relationship. And I likely think, I'm pretty sure for most of you that this will be like your person and this will be you, because I can definitely see how this Five of Swords would link to the crow / devil person. You guys may have even had some conflict in the past. You may have gotten into an argument, like maybe you called this person out about what they were saying or how they were treating you, how they were behaving in a way that was like confusing or not entirely truthful. Because the Five of Swords can indicate arguments. It can indicate like conflicts between people. So maybe you guys had like a separation in the past, or you were fighting is a strong word, but maybe arguing in the past. And this person, I feel, really wasn't showing their true feelings, or at least the extent of their feelings for you. With this Eight of Pentacles, I think that this person was maybe focusing on work or focusing on gaining material wealth as a way to distract from their need for emotional growth. And I feel like this might be a pattern with this person if they are indeed the crow and devil, because they have this notion that if they will become more successful, if they will do more and achieve more, they will become more confident. But I think what this person really needs is some serious shadow work and some serious emotional healing to truly find the confidence that they are looking for. But it seems like in the past they weren't ready or willing to see that, and it's like they kept working on themselves in the material ways. Like, and I'm not saying that that's bad. Like, working on your career is amazing, or working on your like physical health is amazing, but it's just a piece of the puzzle. And so for this person, I feel like they were overly focused on the physical side and the material side of things, and thinking that that would solve all of their problems. And I also think they were using it as a way to distract from their intense feelings surrounding this connection. I do have a feeling that that's likely not worked out so well for them, but we'll see what we have here when it comes to the future feelings, or sorry, the present feelings of this person. In the present, we have the Three of Cups, oh my gosh. So 3 cards just fell out. I guess I can take all of them. There's Queen of Cups, Death, and the Knight of Pentacles. I was just planning to take 2, but the cards have spoken, so I'll do my best to read all of these together. So with this 3 of Pentacles here, I do see that this person feels positively about you at this time. I would say right now they are seeing you as a friend. That doesn't mean that their feelings don't extend beyond friendship, and in fact I kind of see the opposite here, but judging from your current dynamic and how you interact with each other, they might be seeing it as more of a friendship thing or more of a casual thing right now. Specific message, this might not resonate with all of you, but there might be a third party situation with this 3 of Cups. So maybe your person is with someone else, or you're with someone else, or your person might suspect that you're with someone else, even if you're not. They might just wonder, like, oh, I wonder if they found someone else, or they must be in a relationship with someone else, some other lucky person must have swept them off their feet. That can definitely be an interpretation of the 3 of Cups, because there are 3 parties, in this case 3 fish. There's a lot of fish imagery, so maybe there is a Pisces in this situation. Oh, and birds again. In addition to the previous zodiac signs. But yeah, they definitely think of you in a positive light. With this Queen of Cups here, this person thinks of you very, very highly. If someone's feelings for you are coming through as a queen, it really means this person thinks that you deserve the world. This person thinks you're so sweet and kind and pure. I just heard, like, you're too pure for this world. Like, this person thinks that you should be protected, that you should have the best of the best in this world, that you should have everything you've ever wanted or needed. And they do sense something ethereal about you. Ethereal. If you are open about your spiritual side, I think that this person is very entranced, is the word, very entranced by it, or very intrigued by it. But even if you don't openly talk about your spiritual side, they do feel something ethereal or mystical or otherworldly about you. It could just be that this person finds you to be so beautiful, handsome, attractive, that it almost seems like you're not of this world, or you're not real. This person might look at you and wonder how you're real. Like, how could such a beautiful person exist? You do have that otherworldly quality, at least to this person. So yeah, this is the current energy, that this person is thinking very, very highly of you. And then interestingly here we have the Knight of Pentacles and Death, and I actually feel very positively about these, because I do think in the present moment this person has begun their healing journey. Like, they're actually well underway on their healing journey. The Knight of Pentacles energy here, it reminds me a lot of this 8 of Pentacles energy. That was like this person trying to distract themselves with the material side of things, or trying to make themselves more confident by like physical goals or material possessions or things of that nature. And I feel like with Death, there's this revolution that is happening where this person is now facing more towards the spiritual side of life, and they're trying to find their self-worth from within. And they're trying to find the root of this in the first place. Like, how did they get to this insecure place? How did they get to this place where they feel like they have to perform or excel or achieve these superficial status to be like worthy or to be impressive to other people? Where do these harsh standards and insecurities come from? This person has taken it upon themselves to embark on this healing journey. And in fact, this person may have been inspired by you guys, by you as the Queen of Cups, who is in touch with your heart and soul and in touch with your spirituality. Maybe you guys have been on a healing journey recently that has just left you so glowing and radiant and mature and peaceful and aware. If you guys have been through a spiritual transformation, this person definitely notices that. They notice that there's something different in you, whether they've seen you in person or they're just seeing your presence online. They sense your growth. They sense that there's something different. And I think that they were very, very inspired by that, whether they've told you or not. And if you guys have shared anything about your spiritual journey, especially like if you've made like a post about your spiritual journey, they definitely saw it. They saw your growth and they were inspired by what you said. Or anything you've mentioned to them, even just in passing. I feel like they really held on to it and they're like, I'm going to look into that. So yes, spiritual healing, deep spiritual healing for this person. I love to see this in the present energy and to see that, you know, the more, I guess I could just call them negative cards, or the more difficult energy seems to be in the past. So let's take a look at their future feelings for you now. And there is the 7 of Pentacles. We also have Scorpio energy here, just in case it's relevant. And you have so many cards falling out. Oh my gosh, okay. There's the 7 of Pentacles, and then there's the World, and then there's the 5 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, that was weird. I just started applauding. So maybe that's like the spiritual team, the spirit guides, like cheering you guys on. 7 of Pentacles looks very promising to me. So I will be honest that it looks like this healing journey is going to take a while for this person. So I will reiterate that you certainly don't have to feel like you need to wait or that you need to take any like responsibility in this person's healing journey. This is very much their journey. But I think that slowly but surely they are going to evolve into their highest self, into the person that they truly are, which, like we saw at the beginning of the reading, is very similar to you, to who you are as a person and to who you are as a soul. So I think it will require patience if you are to see this connection through to its fullest potential. But what I see with the World here is that this in a love reading would indicate returned feelings or reciprocated feelings. So we have 2 people who are expressing their feelings in the same way, to the same extent towards each other, who are putting in equal effort into a relationship. I would even consider the World to be like an official couple, because in the World there's this energy of being watched or admired or recognized by the people around you. So when you're an official couple, it's like obviously the people around you would recognize your status as a couple. I also kind of get like a goals couple feeling from the World, where it's like people around would see you and think that you are such a perfect couple, that you're so good for each other, likely because you're both healed, you're both awakened at this point, you're both living as your most authentic self without any fear. So for their future feelings for you, and it's like these are the feelings that they've had for you all along. I just feel like when we get to the future here, this is when they're really ready to embrace them, and they're really ready to like return them to you in a real way, like in a tangible way. And the World also represents like a completion of a cycle. So it could be that you guys are closing off this tough cycle and you are fulfilling your desire to come into union, and now you're starting a new, happier cycle together. And then here we have the 5 of Pentacles. Again, this is a negative card that I'm getting a positive feeling from, but I can totally understand like why it's positive in the context of this reading, because the 5 of Pentacles can indicate like material lack. And in this reading where we've seen this person very focused on the material or the physical side of things. I honestly feel like this lack is not such a bad thing. It could be like maybe this person walks away from something that was causing them a lot of stress, even though it brought them some sort of material gain or it brought them some sort of validation. They're just realizing that it's not worth their peace of mind anymore. They're realizing how toxic it was. It could be like a job or like connections that they had with people with status. It was like too much pressure for something that wasn't really fulfilling them, and maybe even played a part in turning them into this devil. So when they're going through their healing, I think at the same time that they're realizing that they really want to be with you, they're also realizing what they need to walk away from, what had a toxic influence on their mental health. And I think a lot of it has to do with like money, material things, or their status or something like that. So they could be losing a little bit of like their source of material gain. They could be losing a bit of their status or a bit of their validation in the process of this cycle ending, but it's for the best. It's for their own inner peace. And with this snow falling, I think of like a fresh start. Like they have a clean slate now. They're a new person. They're going to, well, they're not a new person. They're the person they've always been, but they're focused more now on what is going to feed their heart and their soul. And I think that you and the relationship with you is something that really, really does feed their heart and soul. So finally, I want to take some Moonology Oracle cards for any last messages from Spirit. We have a fiery climax approaches with the full moon in Aries. Just in case any of you guys happen to be watching when the full moon in Aries is coming up, this could be like a significant time frame. I believe that this is happening in the month of October. However, if I'm wrong, I will put a little subtitle at the bottom. If there is no subtitle, it means I was right. But yeah, the fiery climax feels like a culmination of sorts. Oh, interesting. And then there's be bold and make the first move with the cardinal moon. So maybe the fiery climax is this person making a move towards you. And with the Aries energy here, I feel like someone they're like overcome with passion, or they're overcome with emotion, and it's like a sudden or explosive sort of gesture. Interesting. So yeah, if that time frame is coming up for any of you when you happen to be watching this, just keep an eye out for developments. Anyway, so that's all the messages I have for you guys today. So I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick a cards where you get to choose a topic, that will be linked down below as well. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye! Hi number twos. So if you guys chose the honey calcite, this is going to be a reading all about how the person you are thinking of feels about you. So we're going to start off with some oracle cards here, and these are going to give us a feel for your energy versus the energy of the person you're thinking about. And then we'll also get some cards to see the general energy of this connection, what it's like, where it's going, and everything like that. And then after that, we will shuffle some tarot cards to see this person's past, present, and future feelings for you. And then we will close the reading off with it could be anything, some guidance from Spirit, some potential future outcome, some important time frame, whatever wants to come out. So yeah, let's get right into it, starting with our cat paw tarot cards, which I am obsessed with. These are going to show us the sort of like the archetype, I guess, or the personality of you versus your person. So we have the Hierophant and the Empress. So in pile 1, I did it like person A, person B, meaning I didn't specifically say like this side is you and this side is your person. I wanted to leave it open so that you can determine which side sounds more like you and which side sounds more like your person. If they both sound like you, I feel like that's normal. It just means that you are mirroring each other. If neither side sounds like you, then this might not be your pile. But actually in pile 1, what ended up happening was that as more cards came out, it kind of became evident that most people who I was reading for were more on one side and their person was more on the other side. So that might happen in this pile too, but for now I want to leave it open to like person A, person B, and you guys can see which one feels more like you and which one feels more like your person. So I'm gonna start over here with the Hierophant. Oh, and I should mention there's Taurus energy and there's more Taurus energy, and then there's also Libra energy. So these could be the signs of you and your person, but if it's not, it doesn't mean that this pile isn't for you. That's just a little extra confirmation for those of you out there who are. So anyway, I feel very rambly in this pile, but let's go with the Hierophant. So the first thing that I'm getting from this Hierophant is that this is a person who really has a good head on their shoulders. I would say this is someone who has their stuff together in life, or they are putting in a significant effort to get their stuff together in life. This is somebody who has long-term goals, aspirations, and dreams. And even if they're not there yet, they are really putting in the steps to get there. And they likely have, you know, a detailed and practical plan laid out. This is someone who has like, you know, a 3-year plan for their future and a 5-year plan for their future. Yeah, really has a good head on their shoulders. This is somebody who is responsible, hardworking, reliable, trustworthy. This is somebody who is honest and truthful as well. I feel like this is kind of an honesty is the best policy person, even if the truth could, you know, hurt someone else's feelings. This is not the type of person to lie or to hide anything. So you can really, really trust this Hierophant person. I also think that this Hierophant person gives very good advice because he does have the archetype of like the teacher or the mentor or the guru, and we can see the Hierophant here sort of bestowing his wisdom or bestowing his truth upon these people. In the Hierophant's group of friends, they could be the friend who, you know, always is prepared, always knows what to do, or always has the good advice. They should actually, you know what? I feel like the Hierophant knows better than to take care of everybody but themselves. I feel like the Hierophant is very healthy and knows when to set appropriate boundaries. I think that, you know, helping and teaching others is something that gives them a lot of joy, but they don't necessarily think of it as an obligation. So this is not something where they're like giving so much of themselves and sacrificing so much of themselves. Yeah, let me correct myself there, because I feel like this Hierophant is very, very healthy like that and very aware like that. With this Taurus energy here, I do feel vibes of self-care, taking time to nourish themselves, their body and their mind. It's likely as well that this Hierophant person does have some level of knowledge when it comes to spirituality or religions, or is interested in that kind of stuff. I do think that this person would have a belief in the esoteric side of life, or that there's more than just our 5 senses, because the Hierophant does represent that bridge between the physical world and our spiritual world, being the number 5, which is like the number in the middle from 1 to 9. It's sort of like that, the in-between or the bridge. So I would say this person has a good balance where they are very much grounded in the 3D, like we said before. They're practical, responsible, hardworking. They have a plan to manifest their 3D goals, but they also have that knowledge that, you know, the universe has my back, that there is something bigger than me, that I myself am bigger than this physical vessel, and I know that I have divine support. This person could be a student. They could also be a teacher though, because the Hierophant just does depict this like student-teacher dynamic. In fact, they could be both. Like they could be a teacher as their job, and they're also a student of astrology or something like that. They could definitely be both. I think that this would be an educated person though, or somebody who does want to pursue a higher education. They really want to learn a lot about the fields that they're interested in, and they also want to learn like the mysteries of the world. And when it comes to relationships, this would be somebody who wants commitment. This would be someone who wants marriage, and they might take a more traditional approach to love and relationships. This would likely be someone who's not, first of all, they're not interested in anything that is less than the best. This person, like I said, they have a lot of self-love and self-care, and they know that they deserve the best. So I feel like they are looking for something serious. They're looking for someone who will honor them, who will respect them, who will be a good match to them spiritually. And this person could very well be looking for their life partner. That may not resonate for everybody, because I know that everyone's at different stages in their life, but at the very least, I feel like this Hierophant person would be looking for a serious partner, somebody who they can have good conversation with, someone who's at the same level as them intellectually, someone who also has like dreams and goals for their life so that they can work towards their goals together and support each other. I feel like that's the kind of relationship that this Hierophant person wants. They want to like grow and thrive with somebody. And their approach to dating, did I already say it? They like to take things slow. They like to get to know the person first, because they want to make sure that this person is a really good match. So they're not the type to rush or, I think, jump to conclusions when it comes to relationships. You know, they want to be serious about it. So this is what I see for the Hierophant. Moving on now to the Empress. This is such a sweet, loving, generous energy. So I'm feeling like this person is, I was going to say a little donut, but I think what the actual term is that people use is a cinnamon roll, like a very sweet person. The Empress, I'm feeling like this Empress person will either come from like a big loving family or a very close-knit family. Like maybe this person was very close with their parents or very close with their siblings or something like that. But right away, I'm getting the vibe that family is very important to this person. And this person also treats their friends like family. So they're incredibly loyal to the ones that they love. And if they were in a relationship with a significant other, they would also treat that person like family, meaning I have your back no matter what, meaning I'm going to, you know, be open and share with you. I'm going to provide for you and help you when I can, and you'll do the same for me. It's like that really close, loyal bond. So I can already see that there's compatibility here, because I feel like when it comes to relationships, both people want something that is very stable, that is very reliable, and both want to be like provider and supporter for each other. The Empress is also a symbol of like prosperity, of success, of manifestation. I feel like both people are very they really have the potential to be very successful and prosperous in this lifetime. When it comes to the Empress, I'm not so, like with the Hierophant, for example, I got a lot of strong feeling that they have a plan and that they're taking the steps and working towards it. With the Empress, they may still be more in a place where they're like brainstorming about what they want to do, or they have a dream but they haven't necessarily taken the steps towards it yet. Maybe they're, you know, just thinking about pursuing something or having a career change, but they're not really sure yet. I don't get so much of like a direct action taking vibe from the Empress, at least not yet. But I do feel that the Empress is passionate and that the Empress is a dreamer, and that ultimately, yes, the Empress will go on to do great things. Both of these people are going to be incredibly successful, mark my words. So it doesn't matter which one of these you are going to be very successful. You are going to manifest everything that you want in this life. I feel like you guys have the potential to be life partners. Hopefully that's not too like hasty or freaks you out for anyone who's watching, because again, I know everyone's at different stages in life, but I see really good potential here. I see potential for you guys to be like thriving and healthy and wealthy together. When it comes to the Empress, I feel like in the same as the Hierophant, they would want commitment, they would want marriage someday. They may also want children, because as you can see here, the Empress kitty is like nursing her babies. So this person could have a strong like parental instinct or a strong nurturing instinct. This person could be an animal lover as well. They could even have pets of their own. I feel like this person loves nature and the environment as well. They might like to spend a lot of time in nature. I just heard that they might like to photograph nature, or photograph their friends and their loved ones. I don't know, maybe the Empress is a photographer for some of you, because those messages just came out of nowhere. But I think that the Hierophant would be more of like the scholarly type, and the Empress would be more of the artist type, like the creative, go with the flow kind of type. And maybe that's another difference between them, is that the Hierophant likes to plan, like I'm going to go from point A to B and I'm going to have this timeline, whereas maybe the Empress is more of like a go with the flow type of person. Like they'll wait and see what options appear to them and what opportunities appear to them, because I feel with the Empress, you know, she's very like slow and leisurely and luxurious. I don't feel like the Empress is in any rush, but the Empress is dreaming. The Empress is thinking about what she wants to do. I'm saying she because it's the Empress, not because this person has to identify as a woman. But yes, what else can I see about the Empress? This Empress person could enjoy going to concerts or going to festivals or going to plays or exhibits. I'm thinking of that Libra energy that enjoys like, well, actually Taurus too, because they're both ruled by Venus, that enjoys like the arts and the finer things of life. I'm feeling that from this Empress person. And when you're with the Empress, you'll forget about your stresses, if only for a while, and you will just slow down and enjoy the moment and enjoy life. The Empress is very in the moment. The Empress is also quite sensual. Yeah, very connected to her sensual energy, could also be very connected to her sexuality and express herself freely. So yes, have I rambled enough? These are the two energies that I see with the Hierophant and the Empress. The next cards that I want to look at, while these ones represented more so just like the personality of each individual, I want to look more specifically into how these two individuals interact with each other. So how they show up towards each other in the connection, if that makes sense. So for the Hierophant person, we have the cosmic egg, and for the Empress person, we have the lizard. Wow, okay, so I mentioned before that I think the Hierophant person is in touch with their spirituality. Because now they're coming through as the cosmic egg, I would have to say that this is definitely the case, because this cosmic egg card is actually linked to the crown chakra, and the crown chakra is our energy center from which we receive downloads, psychic insights, intuitive hits. where we have our moments of claircognizance, where we just know something to be true, even though we don't know how or why we know it. This is the kind of power that I see this Hierophant / cosmic egg person has. Now, I will say with the Empress person showing up as the lizard, that they likely have some sort of spiritual awareness as well. And the reason I say that is because of reptiles having that third eye. You know, like in the lizard's head, or in reptiles' heads, they actually have like a physical third eye that is formed. So lizards also make me think of psychic abilities. I feel like this one is a lot more overt, or it's a lot more like potent. So maybe this person, the Hierophant person, is more awake to their spirituality, or has a more firm command of their spiritual abilities. But the Empress is definitely a believer, you know? I would say the Empress definitely believes in a higher power, and perhaps this is why they have that ability to let go and to go with the flow and to trust that everything is going to be okay. I do think at the very least the Empress has some sort of belief in destiny and synchronicities, and the idea that there is a benevolent consciousness that is watching over them, perhaps directing or helping to guide their life. And so they kind of have this feeling throughout life that everything is going to turn out okay. Now, I do want to point out, there's also fire sign energy here. So we have Taurus, Libra, and fire sign, in case that's relevant for you guys. But I wanted to point out that the two animals are facing away from each other. This was the same thing in pile number 1. Perhaps some of you who chose this pile, you could be in a separation or no contact situation. That could be the reason for these two facing apart. It could also be that maybe you guys are more in an introverted energy when it comes to this connection. Maybe it's like both of you are waiting for the other person to make a move, waiting for the other person to say something. This facing away could also represent that maybe you guys aren't showing like your fullest emotion yet, like you're not showing your truest desire yet to each other and the truth of how you really feel. There could be many reasons for these facing away from each other, but I'm also noticing that you had really similar personalities when we were interpreting these cards, and now you're both coming out as reptiles. So there's like a big theme of you guys being similar. Oh my gosh, you know what's really cool? Like this card representing your crown chakra, and then the Hierophant has a snake on his headdress, which is really cool. So I think that's like a confirmation that the Hierophant has a really activated crown chakra. The Hierophant may even receive some psychic insights about this connection, like the significance of the connection, or you know, where this soul tie dates back to and what you've experienced together as souls. The Hierophant person could very much be getting psychic downloads about this connection. But what I notice is that the snake is wrapped very tightly around the cosmic egg. I'm thinking of the egg as like all of the divine truths. The cosmic egg, it's like the birth of the universe. So all of the truths of the universe are inside this egg. And with the snake wrapped tightly around it, it's like the snake is protecting it. So perhaps the Hierophant person is kind of selective or cautious about whether or not they share what they know spiritually. Maybe like they don't want to be misunderstood, or they don't want people to think they're crazy or something. So they're kind of careful about what they share, even though they know all of these things and they receive these downloads. They might often keep it to themselves. And when it comes to the psychic insights that they've received about this connection with the lizard, they might not tell the lizard, or be careful about what they tell the lizard, maybe because it seems very like out there and they don't want to freak the lizard out in any way. But yeah, I feel like the Hierophant and cosmic egg person knows more about this connection than they let on, and they're kind of proceeding with caution. They may even hide it from some of their friends, like some of the things they know about their past lives and the weird synchronicities they're experiencing. They just don't want to seem like too out there, I think, because the Hierophant person is like cautious and has this very like practical and grounded persona, and maybe that's how people see them. So they're proceeding with caution when they say things that are very out there. And I think the lizard might be doing the same thing, because the lizard has the third eye, but is also looking away from the other person. I would say that maybe the lizard doesn't know to the same extent as the cosmic egg about the truth of this connection, but they just kind of have an inkling. Like, there's something special about this person. There's something different about this person, even if they don't know specifically. Like, oh yes, we met in this star system 18 lifetimes ago and we went through this together. So we're gonna go through our karmic lessons in this and that way in this lifetime. Even if they don't know it to that extent, they just know like something is special about this individual right here. They can at least feel that in their heart. They can feel that in their bones, and they maybe don't have the spiritual knowledge or like the terminology to explain how they're feeling, but the lizard is not oblivious. The lizard is not oblivious to what's going on. Maybe their reason for not speaking up about it, rather than a fear of being crazy, maybe they just don't really know how to talk about it. Like, they don't know how to put what they're feeling into words quite yet, and still something they're trying to figure out. Like, why do they feel so special about this person, and what does that mean? I want to say with this fiery energy here, and that sensual energy from the Empress, that this Empress person could be very physically or sexually attracted to the Hierophant person. I do feel like this is a very passionate individual, and I don't know if you guys have been together in that way before, but I would guess that it would be very amazing. It would be very fulfilling. I feel like the Empress person knows what they're doing. And what else did I want to say? Oh yes, another difference between these two counterparts that I feel is that, well, we already talked about this Hierophant person being more like cautious and planning, and this Empress person being more go with the flow. But I think that extends to the connection as well. Maybe this Hierophant person has been really hurt in the past, and that's causing them to be more like reluctant or hesitant when it comes to this connection. But I really feel like this Empress person, it's not like they haven't been hurt in the past, because everybody has, but I feel like the Empress person has less fear or resistance or blockage when it comes to love and relationships. Like, they're more open, they're more optimistic, they're more excited for the development of the connection. Whereas, of course, the Hierophant wants things to develop as well, but they just might be a little bit afraid of getting hurt. So yes, this is what I see for the two people that we are looking at here. So now we're going to look at the cards which represent the energy of this connection, what it's like, where it's going, and all of that. Yeah, of course, financial health. This is definitely a card for both of you. I mean, I already said this in the reading, but you're both going to be very successful and very wealthy. If you end up being a couple, you will be like a power couple. And I like the symbolism of trees because it's very grounded, it's very sturdy. Like what we saw before, like you both desire this kind of connection. So this is a really nice confirmation. And it's also a symbol of longevity and something that can really grow to really high heights, like a tree, you know, and extending branches in all directions. You guys can really touch the sky together. You can touch the sky on your own, but you can touch the stars together. I feel like you'll be wonderful motivation and support and inspiration for each other. And yes, if you were to become life partners, you would be very wealthy together. I imagine you would have a very beautiful home. You can give back in all of the ways you want to give back. Really just a beautiful card. And for your romance angels, we have you deserve love. You are lovable. And for your angel guidance card, we have no. So, okay, I'll just talk about this no briefly before I go back to the you deserve love, because I understand that a no with an exclamation point can be a little bit alarming. This card to me is a not yet card. This is how I would interpret this like 9 times out of 10. The reason for that being is when I look at the image, it looks to me like this angel has come down from here to stop this person from moving forward. And I imagine that this angel was up here like planning a surprise for this person, planning the blessing, planning, you know, the destiny that awaits them. And the person was trying to move forward and spoil the surprise. And so the angel was like, well, let me go down real quick and stop this person from moving forward. And they're like, no, wait. Like it's not ready yet. And you can see this person has their hands out like, but why? So when I see this card, I feel like it's a not yet. I feel like it's a be patient. I feel like it's a trust divine timing. Going back to the financial health, it could be that you guys are meant to be together, or the energy will be very favorable for the two of you to be together once you have advanced a little bit more in your career. It could be that this Empress person is to find their dream and find their plan and start pursuing that plan, and that's how they will come together with the Hierophant. Or as you are each on your respective journeys to success, you learn some things, you grow, you become better versions of yourselves, and then like you're at the perfect place to come together into union. With this you deserve love, there could also be some like working on feelings of worthiness, overcoming fears when it comes to love and relationships. These could be like the things that are to be worked on before the situation is ripe and the time is right for you guys to come together. But yeah, this is a little message of like not yet, be patient. But another message I want to say with this is that I feel like you guys will be so affectionate together. Like you'll be very communicative about your feelings towards each other and really make the other person feel special. Not to be dramatic, but this really feels like the love of a lifetime or the relationship of a lifetime. I feel like this could be this could really, really be amazing. But when it comes to your divine paths, there's just a couple other things that your higher self and your angels have set up for you to go through before the final union, like before you reach your final form. So this is what I see for the oracle cards. I'm going to keep these ones here. And now we're going to look at your person's past, present, and future feelings for you. So I'm going to start with the past. How did this person, that was really fast. How did this person feel about you in the past? There's the Tower. And the Knight of Cups. Okay, so clearly this person caught feelings for you at first sight. When it comes to the Tower with regards to how somebody feels about you, I think of those feelings that like shake you to your core. This person probably wasn't expecting to fall for someone so quickly or to fall for someone so strongly. This person might not even have been looking for a relationship at the time that they met you, but then when they met you, that all changed. This might have even been a person who said like, no, I don't want a relationship, I don't want anything serious. But then when they met you, suddenly they have like, well, I was gonna say they have a wedding plan, but that seems a little bit intense. What I mean to say is that they weren't expecting to fall for you so. And sometimes I even see with this Tower card, like the person is kind of like, oh shit about it. Like it's inconvenient that they fell for you so hard, because it's like, oh God, like what am I gonna do now? You know how it is when you catch feelings for someone that you weren't expecting or you weren't trying to, and now it's like they can make you so emotional or they can drive you crazy without even trying. So when I see the Tower, it's definitely intense feelings. It's definitely like, yes, this person fell hard. And then we also have the Knight of Cups, which is about romantic feelings. It's about making offers of love. It's about relationships. So maybe this person in the past did make a move towards you. Maybe they did tell you how they felt, or they were at least trying to hint it. Maybe this person was very sweet and affectionate towards you. And maybe you thought they were just like being nice, or maybe you thought this is how they act around everybody, but that was them trying to hint to you that they had feelings for you. So maybe this can be different for everybody, whether it was like a very obvious move they made towards you or they were just hinting. I do feel that in the past, something that this person was saying or doing when they were with you, they were trying to let you know that they had feelings for you. And how does this person feel about you now? Oh, well, would you look at that? This is the 10 of Cups. Oh my goodness. And one more. And Strength. Okay. So there's also Leo energy appearing here and water sign energy appearing here. Okay, let's start here with the 10 of Cups. You are really everything to this person. You are like this person's walking wish list of the partner that they want in their life. The 10 of Cups is like your dream come true, your happily ever after, your complete emotional fulfillment, your complete joy and peace and bliss. It's like the pinnacle of love and happiness. There we go. I don't want to get too much of a broken record in this card, but yes, you are like perfect to this person. You are everything that they would ever want. Are you guys together right now? Because like this is very close. This is very, very deep love. I would even go so far to say that this person loves you, or they feel themselves falling for you. I will say that while in the past they might have been kind of oh shit about it, it might not have been what they were looking for, what they were expecting to happen, I feel like they're very much at peace with it now. And it's interesting with the Strength card too, because you know, this gentle, well, it's not really a person in this card, but this gentle lady is like taming the lion. So I feel like the energy in the past, it might have been like chaotic with this person. Like they were like, oh my gosh, I've fallen for this person so hard. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to act. And maybe their feelings were very, very intense and even kind of scary to them. Maybe they'd never felt this way about anybody before, but now they've kind of calmed down and they've kind of settled into it and they've made peace with how they feel. I feel like it doesn't scare them anymore, or it doesn't, like they don't feel uncomfortable with the intensity of their feelings anymore. In fact, I think it makes them very happy, and they even find like a comfort and peace in their feelings for you and in this connection. The Strength card gives me a best friends vibe for some reason. I don't really know where that came from. It's just something that I think of when I see it, and I see that they're so, you know, like they're close together, they're hugging, and the little, are these narwhals? The little narwhals are hugging and they have a little baby. Like I feel like this person really sees you as their best friend, or someone who is really, really close to them. They want to nurture you, they want to care for you, and they want to be nurtured and cared for by you. This person thinks of the long-term future with you. They think of having a life with you. They might even think of marrying you if you guys are at that point of your life yet already. I mean, marrying you, having a family with you, and growing together, you know, reaching your prosperity, reaching your goals together. I feel like this person does a lot of thinking and fantasizing and dreaming about you, and my ears are ringing like crazy right now. Like you are it to this person. You are everything to this person. So let's see now what this person's future feelings are for you. Okay. If more than 2 cards want to come out, that's perfectly fine, but maybe not a million. This is the 6 of... Is it wands or swords? I always get this freaking mixed up in this deck. I do feel like it's wands though. I feel like it's the 6 of wands. I feel like the swords look more like swords. Yeah, because the wands have the red frame around them. Yes, okay, sorry. So this is the 6 of wands. Both of them are positive though, so at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. And 6 of wands and the 9 of swords. I literally just did the same thing where I called the wands swords. These ones are wands. I'm like really certain about it, but it's bothering me now. So I have to, if I could see, yeah, okay. See, this is what the swords look like. They kind of look similar, don't they? But I guess I can just look at the color of the frame from now on. So there's the 6 of wands and the 9 of wands. When it comes to the 6 of wands, this is like a victory. This is reaching your desired outcome. When it comes to a relationship, I think of it as like winning someone over, like becoming an official couple. There was a similar message in pile 1 too, but like this does have the meaning of like being watched by people or being admired by people. So of course, when you're an official couple, people are recognizing that. It could also be like, if you guys are at this point in your relationship, this could be something like engagement or marriage, because of course then people are taking notice, people are celebrating you. So I definitely feel with the 6 of wands that you guys are being victorious together, so to speak. Whatever your angels were telling you to wait for here in the future, I see that it has come. You guys have prevailed together and you're stepping up to the next level of your relationship. I feel like here you'll be very happy together. You'll be feeling very confident in your relationship. Your friendship will grow stronger. Your bond will grow stronger. With the 9 of wands, there's a feeling of you guys like being protective over each other or guarding over each other. And I feel like this has to do with something that will be like an outside influence, outside circumstances. So there may be some challenges that you guys are overcoming together. It could have to do with like a distance between the two of you, or it could have to do with like the opinions of some third party. There's some obstacle that you guys are pushing through and you're overcoming it together. And now that I think about it, the Strength card can indicate that as well. Like overcoming some adversity or overcoming some hurdle to be together. And maybe that's what this victory is about too. Like whatever barrier or whatever difficulty was existing in your relationship, you're getting over it. And now you're very protective of each other and you're very protective of the bond that you have. And like you'll never let anything get in the way of this connection again, and you won't let anything hurt the other person. Like I feel you guys, whatever you've been through together, it's like now you're like fiercely protective of each other and protective of your bond, and nothing can mess with you guys. Interesting. So yeah, just know like if you're going through something tough with this person right now, you will overcome it. It will make you guys closer. It will make your bond that much stronger. So just before we finish this reading, I want to take some Moonology Oracle cards to see if we can get any additional outcomes, any additional advice, or perhaps even any important time frames for you. We have adjustments are required with the 3rd quarter moon. This card can indicate a 3-month time frame, or at least that's how I read it. This can talk about changes that need to be made before you guys can be together. Again, this could have to do with your career paths or your feelings of worthiness, like we saw with the You Deserve Love card, or overcoming some outside influence that is keeping you guys apart, such as distance or family or some kind of third party. And when I say third party, I don't mean like a love triangle. I just mean someone outside of the two of you that could be influencing the connection. This could also be indicative of the season of winter because there are no leaves on the tree. And you and your loved ones are safe with the new moon in Cancer. The new moon in Cancer is happening in July of 2021, in case that happens to be coming up for you. I think the next one would also be in July, like July of 2022. If I'm wrong, I will put a subtitle correcting myself. If there is no subtitle, then it is in fact in July of 2022. Of course, I don't know when you guys will happen to stumble upon this video. But if one of those dates, or one of those months I should say, is coming up when you happen to find this video, that could be an important time frame as well. Depending on where you are in the world, July could actually be winter, so maybe these will match up for you. But this you and your loved ones are safe. This card, or both of the Cancer cards in this deck, really make me think of a spirit guide that is watching over you and your loved ones. So in this case, you and this other person, you're being closely watched over and closely protected by a spirit guide who is going to make sure that on your individual journeys as well as your journey to union, everything is going to go smoothly and according to plan. And maybe it's this angel that we saw here in the No card. This guide is going to make sure that everything happens in the right way at the right time. So just know that you guys are safe. And I would even go so far as to say, like, this union is assured. As long as you want it, this union is assured. Okay, so I'm going to end your reading there. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi number 3s, so if you guys chose the Fuchsite, this is going to be your reading all about how the person you're thinking of feels about you. Just before we start the reading, I do want to apologize if you guys can hear. There is some construction going on outside, and I feel like the noise from that might make it into this video. Hopefully it's not too loud or too much of an ear sore, but it is what it is. There's always something making noise in this neighborhood. So yeah, I just wanted to say sorry for that little background noise. Okay, so I'm going to start off this reading with some oracle cards so that we can get a sense of the energy of you, versus the energy of the person you're thinking of. And then we'll take some cards to see the energy of this connection in general, what it's like, where it's going, everything like that. And then after that, I will shuffle some tarot cards so that we can see your person's past, present, and future feelings for you. And then I will close off the reading with some oracle cards to give us just some final guidance or a potential outcome, or maybe even a potential time frame. So we are going to start off with the Cat Paw Tarot cards, which I love so much, and these are going to represent the personalities or the archetypes, if you will, of you and the person you're thinking of. So we have Temperance and the Hanged Man. So I have been doing this in the person A and person B style, meaning that I don't specifically say this one is you and this one is the other person, but rather I will describe both energies and leave it up to you to determine which one resonates more with you and which one resonates more with the other person. If you feel like both people sound like you, that's totally normal. It just means that you and your person are mirroring each other. If you find that neither of them are resonating, then this might not be your pile. Oh yes, and I might, like, if I have a really, really strong feeling that, okay, this one is probably you, this one is probably your person, I will mention that, but otherwise I will just leave it up to you guys to determine for yourselves. One thing that is interesting is that both of these cards are ruled by Jupiter, because this is a Sagittarius card and this is a Pisces card. So that's kind of cool. It's like something that is linking the two of you together. Sagittarius and Pisces could be dominant signs for you or your person. If they are, please take that as a confirmation. If they're not, no stress. It doesn't mean that this is the wrong pile or anything like that, but it can be a nice extra confirmation for those of you who do have those signs in your connection. So I'm going to start off with this Temperance person. And yes, going off the Sagittarius energy that I feel here, immediately I'm thinking that this person is a free spirit, that they have a love for life, that they are an optimist. I'm in my prime, optimist, Sagittarius, so you know I'm an optimist. And I think that this person is, I would say, I can never tell if they're an introvert or an extrovert, but I would say that this person does love to be around people, does love to meet new people and learn from people. This could be somebody who has a thirst for knowledge, and they might be studying various different things. What's coming to my mind especially is studying other languages or studying history. Those could be topics that this person is very interested in. This might also be somebody who enjoys reading non-fiction books or who enjoys watching documentaries. Science just also came to my mind as well. This person could be into science. It could even be their major or have to do with their profession. I also feel that this person would be, this is someone who is healthy or who is putting in the effort to take care of their health, physical, mental, as well as spiritual. This is likely someone who is a big dreamer, and more particularly someone who is ambitious. So they have like big goals and big dreams. They likely have like a big dream of what they want their life to look like. I was thinking they might even have like a journal or a vision board of, you know, the type of house or even the type of country they want to live in the future, and how they want to be creating their wealth and abundance, and what they want a day in their life to look like. They have this big dream like that for the future. And I think this person really does believe in themselves, and also really does believe in the universe and that anything is possible. This person could be into manifestation. They could be in touch with their spiritual side as well. I just really feel like a bright and optimistic energy from this person. And I also feel a level of wisdom that doesn't just come from one lifetime. I don't know, that's the way it was worded to me, but I guess what Spirit is trying to say there is that this Temperance person is an old soul. And it kind of seems like they're here on Earth to just see what it's all about. Like, what are the kids doing on Earth these days? So maybe this person hasn't incarnated on Earth in quite some time, but they're just here to explore what it's like now. They're just here to have fun. Like I said a couple times before, I just feel this very jovial and expansive energy from this person. Also, this person is perseverant. This person does not give up. This person has a very good work ethic, and I think it takes a lot to defeat them or to bring them down, because they do have that natural optimism about them. And I think that if they're facing a hardship or if something goes wrong for them, rather than immediately losing hope or getting disappointed, their reaction is like, okay, well, let's just try something else, or let's call it a day now and we'll come back when we're more calm and rested and we'll try it again. Like, they're very much where there's a will, there's a way. They're very much, if at first you don't succeed, try again. I'm just looking at this little kitty. Love his hat, by the way. He's very fashionable. And he's, you know, he's mixing up the coffee and the milk. And this is sort of inspired by the imagery on the traditional temperance card, where we see the angel who is pouring from one cup into another. But it has the message of, you know, trying out different things, going through different steps and having this trial and error until you find the perfect balance, you know, a little bit more milk, a little bit more sugar, you know, like really trying until you get it right, trying until you master it. Practice makes perfect might also be something that this person lives by. So I feel like they're very healthy in that they're not putting so much pressure on themselves to like get to the destination, but they're really enjoying the process. They're really enjoying the journey of trying out different things and seeing what works. And I would imagine that's likely how this person like found their passion in life and found their life purpose. It was through trying. It was through learning and experiencing different things and seeing what stuck and seeing what they liked. So they really like to be like hands-on and in the mix and experiencing new things. I just feel this like, yeah, cheerful, humorous, spontaneous, really living and really making the most of their life. So this is a really, really nice energy here that I see with the temperance person. Moving on to the Hanged Man. I feel a very sensitive soul. I feel a very empathic soul. I feel a very artistic and creative soul. Somebody who is gentle, somebody who is also in touch with their spirituality, but sort of in a different way than the temperance person. I feel like the Hanged Man person will be more into, for example, analyzing their dreams or practicing lucid dreaming, practicing astral projection, developing their psychic abilities, and really delving into the depths of their subconscious, really getting acquainted with their shadow so that they can heal and grow, learning about their past lives, learning about their karma. Oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting so many things to come out, but how can I describe it? It's like they're more into the like psychic side of spirituality and also the more introspective side, where it's like they really want to get acquainted with their higher self and they want to figure out you know, the lessons of their lifetimes and their soul connections. Whereas I feel like the temperance person, it may be a little bit more surface level, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I feel like they use, it's more of like a wellness vibe that I get from this person when it comes to spirituality. So things like vision boards, manifestation, and yoga, and they seem to focus more on like the positive or the more surface level stuff, whereas the Hanged Man seems to go really deep with it. Like they're not afraid of delving into the shadow, and they might be more inclined to work on their extrasensory abilities, to work on their psychic abilities. And I'm definitely getting an artist vibe from this Hanged Man person. Whether they realize it or not, they are incredibly artistically talented. They may be a brilliant writer or a brilliant musician or a photographer or a dancer or a visual artist. There's something that they're very, very good at, and I feel like they actually channel ideas from the divine. If this Hanged Man person isn't creating, I wish that I could give them a nudge to do so. I think it will be a mixed group here, but they channel so many brilliant ideas, and I feel like it would be so amazing if they could get out into the world. One thing I'm seeing about this Hanged Man person is that they could kind of have tunnel vision is the word that's coming to my mind. So maybe when they're into something or someone, they get like really, really, really attached to it, or when something isn't going right, they get really, really attached to that negative outcome and they think that they're doomed. It's like their fluctuation of emotions could be quite intense, and they could tend to get like a one-track mind sometimes. They could be kind of like intense in that way. And I do feel that this person is very interested or very concerned with fate, like what is meant for me, what is not meant for me. Am I on the right path? Am I on the wrong path? They're very interested in those larger questions. I also think that the Hanged Man person might be a hopeless romantic. So as soon as the construction noise stopped, now there's a siren. I'm sorry guys, hopefully that will be the last of the background noise. But what I wanted to say is that yes, this person is very romantic. They might have a tendency to idealize their partner or the person that they've fallen for, but I feel that this person is very loyal, they're very affectionate, like they will do anything to care for their partner and to make them happy. And I'm feeling like it takes a lot for this person to give up when it comes to love. Like the Hanged Man, it's like they will really hang in there and they can really wait for a long time for their love, or they can really wait for a long time for their person. So I can see some similarities between these two people. Like I see spirituality, I see passion, I see big dreamers, and then I can definitely see some differences as well. So on that note, I want to take 2 further oracle cards. While we kind of saw here the personalities of each person, now I want to look more in depth about how these 2 people interact within the connection, like how they behave towards each other, or what side of each person is brought out in this connection. So that's what these 2 oracle cards are going to represent. So for the Temperance person, we have the Panther. And for the Hanged Man person, we have the Starfish. This is kind of cool because Sagittarius is a fire sign, which the Temperance card represents, and Panther is also fire. This person could also be an Aries or a Leo. And then here, the Hanged Man with Pisces energy is a water sign, and then Starfish is also water. So this person could also be a Cancer or a Scorpio. Again, just take these as confirmation if it matches for you. But the other thing that's interesting is that in piles 1 and 2, I was paying attention to which way the animals were facing, like whether they were facing each other or facing away from each other. But obviously the Starfish here does not have a face, so it's kind of hard to do that. I do notice that the Panther is looking away though. The Panther is looking away from the Starfish. The Panther is a sign of personal power, so perhaps this could be indicating that the Temperance person is maybe not really in a rush to further this connection right now or to commit to this connection right now, and maybe they are very much focused on themselves. We saw earlier that this Temperance person is a free spirit and they're also very ambitious. So paired with this Panther energy, it could be that this person is really focused on their individual goals right now. They're really focused on achieving the things they want to achieve, whether that be in their career or their studies or their hobbies or things they want to get better at, things they want to experience. They could just be really into that right now. When I look in the Panther's eyes, I see like a yellowy color, which is reminding me of the solar plexus, which is all about like our personal desires and our personal power, which it matches very well with the energy of the Panther. And it feels, it's not self-centered, but it's like self-focused. Yes, so they're really focused on themselves, really focused on doing their own thing. When it comes to the other meanings of a panther spirit animal, there's also the meaning of protection. So while there could be a possibility that this Temperance person is kind of looking away right now because they're so immersed in what they're doing with their life right now, it could also be for personal protection. It could also be a little bit of this person not wanting to get hurt, whether that's, with the Hanged Man specifically or just in relationships in general. you know? So while I do think valuing their freedom is a big thing for them, there could also be like, you know, I'm afraid of love, I'm afraid of getting my heart broken, or I'm afraid of trusting somebody that much. There could be some of that as well, and maybe we'll see a little bit deeper into that as we reveal further cards, but whatever it might be for the moment, I do see that the Temperance person is not necessarily moving towards this connection, or is not necessarily feeling like pursuing things further right now. As for the energy of the starfish, this does make sense to me. Even though we cannot tell which way the starfish is facing, we do see that the starfish is like stuck to a surface here. And so this could be showing some attachment on the Hanged Man side, and that does match with what I was picking up earlier about this person, how when they get into someone or something, they're really, really into it, they're really loyal, and they're there for good, and it takes a lot for them to peel away from that, so to speak. So it could be that this panther is kind of turning away right now, but the starfish person is waiting patiently, or the starfish person hasn't given up on the panther. They still have faith, and who knows, this person might have some spiritual insight about what's going on. I just noticed that there's, well, I mean, I know that there's a number 12 on the Hanged Man, but it could be talking about the 12th house, which is the collective unconscious. It's where psychic insights come from. It can also represent like the dream world. So this person might have some spiritual insights about this connection and feel really, really, you know, closely drawn to this panther person. But I do see, for whatever reason, that the Hanged Man / starfish person is attached in some way. And it actually matches with the Hanged Man, because the Hanged Man is like, I'm not going anywhere, I'm hanging in here, I'm waiting it out. So even though the panther is looking away, it's like the starfish isn't going anywhere. The starfish is going to stick around for the panther. The starfish could also be like closely watching the panther in some way, whether that is, you know, checking in on their social media or asking other people about them, whether it's a mutual acquaintance. It could even be like a reader. They're asking a reader about the panther a lot. It seems like the starfish has been intently and consistently checking in on the panther's energy, wants to know more about them, wants to know more about where they're at. And one more thing that I want to say with this starfish, there is a message of like being brilliant and being destined for success. So whoever this Hanged Man person is, I wish that they will know they are brilliant and they are destined for success. And a specific message, which may not resonate for everybody, but if you feel like you are this Hanged Man person, and you happen to be someone out there who feels like you need the panther to be successful, or you need to have a union with the panther to get on the road to your success, I want to tell you that that's not true, that you can shine and you can be successful and you can prosper on your own. For example, if this is like, if you're the Hanged Man and this is your soulmate and you guys have a soul mission together, it doesn't mean that you have to come into union first so that you can start achieving things, or that so that you can start working on your mission. You are very capable of excelling and of exploring your gifts and of fulfilling your purpose on your own. Again, that's a very specific message, so maybe there's just a few people who needed to hear that, and it's if you resonate with the Hanged Man. But yeah, I just wanted to let the starfish person know that they are literally a shining star, that they are so brilliant and that they're going to do amazing things in this world. Actually, both people are. So this is the dynamic that I see between these two individuals. So with that, I'm going to take a look at our next oracle cards. These are going to be the energy of this connection. So the first card that we have is protection. Free yourself. with the message of it's time to take back control of your life, and perfect timing. So starting off with this protection card, the thing that came to my mind first is that there is some spirit guide who is watching over both you and this person right now. For many of you, it might actually be an archangel. I'm hearing that. So there is an angel that is helping both of you out right now. Could be helping to reveal more truths about this connection to you, or what the future holds, or to help bring you guys into union. But I want you to know with this protection card that you do have divine support in this connection. Your spirit guides, their spirit guides, they like each other, they like you, and they are in favor of this connection. With this protection message as well, this means that you are both on the right path in your respective journeys right now. You're both doing everything right. So if you have been stressing, like, am I doing something wrong? Am I blocking this connection? That is very much not the case. Everything is happening exactly as it should right now, and you are both safe. So I hope that that could bring you a little bit of peace or a little bit of reassurance. With this free yourself in perfect timing, I don't know who this is for. I can see how this message could be for both of you. But what I get with both of these is like one or both of you in this connection, it seems like you're holding back and you're waiting for absolutely perfect and pristine conditions to move forward. And I can see how this could go with both of you, because we did have the temperance person who's like trying to find the perfect balance, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and trying to make perfect circumstances. And then also with the hangman, there's energy of like not taking action and being like hanged where you are. So maybe it's both of you who are doing this, but it's like, for example, I will move forward with this when I get my career in check, or I will move forward with this when I'm more confident. I will move forward with this when I've healed more, or even I'll tell the person how I feel only when they've given me sufficient hints, or I'll tell this person how I feel when I receive 3 signs from my angels. It's like you guys are making these conditions so that, okay, now I know to move forward. Okay, now I know that it's perfect. But it's like, I feel like you guys have gone down a rabbit hole with it, because of course there's nothing wrong. And in fact, it can be beneficial to give yourself time to heal and to work on the things you need to work on before moving forward with a relationship. So I'm not saying that there's something wrong with that, but I feel like it's to the point where you're not stopping with it. So it's like, I'll tell this person how I feel when I see 1111 3 times in a day. And then you do, and then you say, okay, well, now I'll tell them how I feel when I watch 7 readings that tell me. And it's like, you'll always find some other condition, because maybe there's actually just an underlying fear of going forward and making the move. There's a fear of it not going well and of you losing what you've been hoping for, maybe like a fear of rejection or something like that. And so it's like you're in this cycle of your brain saying, nope, it's not the perfect circumstances yet. And there's always gonna be some reason why you shouldn't come forward, or I should say your ego will always be able to come up with some reason why, like, no, I'm not going to do it yet, no, it's not the right time. And it's interesting, I feel like this is a lesson for you guys, because your spirit guides are saying you're exactly where you need to be. So they're seeing you in this predicament, and in a way, it's like you're supposed to be in this predicament and find a way out, so that you can learn the lesson that I don't have to wait for this perfect moment, perfect circumstances. I can free myself at any moment. I can make the move at any moment. And I feel like maybe if your guides have been silent, or your guides have been not, well, it seems like they're not helping you out of this. It's like it's on purpose. This is them trying to teach you this lesson. Yeah, honestly, I think this can be for both of you, but if that sounds like you, if that sounds like something that you are doing, it could be your guides telling you to go for it and to make a move towards this connection. So this is what I see for the oracle cards. I'm going to keep these here, and now we're going to move into the tarot section of this reading. And in this section of the reading, we are going to see your person's past, present, and future feelings for you. So starting off with the past, how did this person feel about you in the past? Knight of Wands. And the Emperor. Wow, so we have 2 fire signs. So there is a lot of fire energy going on in this reading. Okay, so when it comes to the Knight of Wands, the first thing I thought is that this person was very, well, probably still is, but we're looking at the past here. When this person first met you, when this person first connected to you, I feel like they were very physically attracted to you. They find you very, very attractive. Like your guides are really putting an emphasis on very attractive. And they just felt that the two of you had amazing chemistry. They definitely felt that there was a spark. If there was ever moments where you guys were like looking across the room at each other or making eye contact with each other, or if there was ever a moment where you guys came into physical contact, they really, really felt the sparks. They felt like this undeniable flame and passion that existed between the two of you. Yes, this person was very, very interested in you. And maybe for some of you, they actually did make a move towards you or ask you out, because the Knight of Wands is like this go-getter energy. It's the person who conquers what they want. Like they want something and they go after it and get it. I'm also seeing that this person found you to be very, very funny, and you lifted this person's spirits in some way. If you've ever complimented this person, or if you've ever given them advice, or if you've ever given them like a pep talk, like words of encouragement, just know that no matter how long ago it was, they still remember it and they still smile when they think about it. And it could have been the smallest little thing. Like you could have, I don't know, you could have commented a fire emoji under their picture, or you could have, even if you just laughed at their joke or something little like that to boost their confidence and to reinforce them. They remember it like it was yesterday, and every time they think about it, it makes them happy. So this person definitely thinks very, very highly of you, even from the past, even from when you guys first met each other. With the Emperor, okay, I'm getting a lot of stuff from this. One thing with the Emperor is that he looks very serious, and I often think of him as like someone who's kind of hard on the exterior and soft on the inside. This person may have acted more strong around you than they really are, or I should say like more tough or more serious around you than they really are, when the truth is that on the inside they are a softie and they are very sensitive and they were very into you, but they may have kind of appeared as like stoic to you or like strong in some way. They didn't want to show their sensitive or vulnerable side, in the same way that they remember any compliments or reassurance you gave them. If you guys ever like lovingly roasted them or made fun of them, even if you were joking, I feel like this person is quite sensitive, and that they remember what you said. And again, it could have been like the smallest little thing that you goofed on them for at one point, and maybe you even forget about it by now, but they still remember because they're like, and not like thinking that you're mean, but just like, oh, I embarrassed myself in front of them or something like that. So this person really is sensitive and sentimental. I feel like in the past, they may have not shown that to you. They were like this, like tough emperor person. And then the other thing with this Emperor is I feel a protective energy about him and could even be a little bit jealous. So you could have made this person jealous in the past if you were talking about someone else or spending a lot of time around someone else, or if you were with someone else, that could have made this person jealous. And I do feel that they're quite protective over you as well. Well, this is the past energy, but for some reason I do feel like this stuff still applies in the present. Okay, let's try that again. But yeah, we'll take a look and see now what this person's current feelings are for you. Yeah. How does this person currently feel about you? Page of Swords. Sorry, but does this kind of look like James Charles? It's freaking me out. One more. And, oh, it's the Ace of Cups. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, oh my gosh, it's so interesting. It was pile 1 where a hummingbird came up, and I'm kind of feeling like there's a similar energy to it here. So when it comes to the Page of Swords, I would interpret this as more of a friendship energy. So it could be that this person currently views you as a friend, or at least views the dynamic that currently exists between the two of you as a friendship. But this can also indicate a desire to communicate with you more. This person may want to talk to you about something, or just wish that you guys spoke more in general. But there's kind of this feeling of the person like itching to reach out to you. Now, the hummingbirds, I do think I will interpret this similarly to how I saw it in the other pile, especially because of this Ace of Cups here. But hummingbirds have this kind of breezy, fluttery energy. They can fly in any direction, or they can hover in place. So they have this kind of versatile energy to them. And this person might be behaving towards you right now like in a more casual way, in a more friendship sort of way, or they may be behaving towards you like they don't really care which way this connection goes, or I should say like they don't really mind. Like I'm breezy, I'm easy, whatever happens, happens. But I feel like deep down with this Ace of Cups, they do still have strong feelings for you. For some people, I could say that this is a feeling of love, or they do feel like they're in the process of falling in love with you. But I'm looking at these dead fish on the card, and they actually remind me of the Pisces fish because they're swimming in a cycle like this. So that, yeah, there's a lot of fire energy and there's a lot of water energy as well. But they might feel like maybe your connection doesn't have a chance anymore. They might feel like they ruined their chance, or feel like things are over between the two of you. And so they're kind of acting like they don't mind that, or they're kind of acting like they're over it, and so they're acting more friendly with you. But deep down, I see that this person wants something more, because the Ace of Cups is a feeling of love. It's a feeling of emotional fulfillment. I can see that you still make this person very happy. This person dreams of you and dreams of being with you. But for whatever reason, they feel like there is no chance. And so they're acting more casual around you. They're acting more friendly around you. This is what I see for the current energy. So let's take a look now at the future. Oh, and we have two cards that fell out at the same time. There's the Sun and there's the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles also came out for pile 1, which is strange. You guys have some similarities between the cards that are appearing for you. Here we have even more fire energy. This is the sign of Leo. I actually want to talk about the sun first because I feel like the sun indicates the outcome. I do see a happy outcome for the two of you. And I like that there's like a return of this passionate, fiery energy where it seems like the present energy could be a little bit heavy or a little bit confusing. Because it seems like in the past, it feels like things were easier in the past. Or it seems like there was more hope in the past, perhaps that things were heading in a good direction. Like, you know, there were sparks flying and things were exciting. And then in the present, it's like the feelings are still there, but one or maybe both of you feels like this connection is over, or maybe are losing hope in this connection. Maybe both of you are acting like friendly or nonchalant towards each other when the truth is that you want something more. But then in the future, it's like things are easy again. The sparks are coming back, the passion is coming back. And with the sun, if you think of like the big sun shining down on objects, shining down on the world, the sun is illuminating, the sun is exposing, the sun makes things bright and visible. So it has this energy of like things being transparent or everything being out in the open. So where in the present some things might be hidden from each other, I see that things are going to be exposed and out in the open in the future, meaning that both of you can really tell each other the full extent of how you are feeling about each other. And the sunflowers in the background mean that this is going to be a very happy and joyous event. And the sun also reminds me of an inner child, because it's just this uninhibited and carefree expression. So it's playful, it's joyful, it's passionate. This is the energy that you guys are coming into. So it's like no more nonsense, no more games, no more waiting around for things to be perfect, and just going for it. Now with this Seven of Pentacles, this can show, oh, you know what? I'm thinking of the Seven of Pentacles in the Angel Tarot cards, and it says on that card, a temporary pause in action, seeds well planted, unnecessary worry. And I think that that fits really, really well for this situation, because maybe there is a temporary pause in action in the current situation, but because your seeds have been planted well, like you've both gotten to know each other and developed feelings for each other, and I feel like that's not going anywhere, or that's not going to change. You have planted those seeds well, and you have planted your seeds of intention for this union well, and so there's nothing to worry about. That's what I think the Seven of Pentacles is trying to tell us here. I know that you guys have been patient. I know that you guys have waited. Maybe it's been a long time coming for this connection, but the Seven of Pentacles is here to tell you that the wait was worth it. And even when it felt like a pause in action, it wasn't really, because you guys were busy learning your lesson from the angels here. They want you to know that no time was wasted. Like we saw with the protection card, everything that is happening is meant to be happening. There was a purpose for every stage in this connection, but your bright future is coming with this person. So just before I end this reading, I want to take a couple Moonology Oracle cards just to see if we can get any last guidance, any last outcomes that Spirit wants you to know about, or possibly a time frame for you guys. So we have, oh look, don't let your past hold you back with the South Node. I would interpret this more as like, don't let the current situation hold you back from a bright future. And also with the South Node, this could be indicative of a past life connection. This could be a confirmation to you if you've felt like you've had a past life with this person. That's what the South Node would indicate. It could also be that this struggle you're dealing with, like needing so much confirmation and so much reassurance rather than just trusting that you're protected and going for it. This could be an issue that you dealt with in your past lives as well, and it may have stopped you from achieving some very amazing things in the past. And in this connection, you guys could be breaking this cycle. Like there could have been a situation in a past life where your dreams didn't come true because it's like you just kept waiting and I'll do it when this happens. I'll do it when I receive this confirmation. I'll do it when I get this extra money or when I have this extra time. And it's like there was always something that you could postpone it to. Yeah, that could be like a past life cycle that is being broken here. And meditate and contemplate with the new moon in Pisces. Again, there's more Pisces energy. This is what I was referring to with, you see the fish. Well, anyway, it's very, very similar, this fish imagery here. And I like that this is coming out as fish who are alive and well, because while you may perceive this situation to be hopeless or to be finished or to be in a standstill, it's not. The water is still flowing and the fish are still swimming. The game is still on. The camera timer is at 4:444. And yeah, what was I gonna say? Sorry, I'm kind of spacing out a little bit. Oh yes, I wanted to talk about a time frame with this one. Of course, this is a timeless reading, but the next new moon in Pisces, I believe it would be either in February or in March of 2022. I will write down which one it happens to be, but if you stumbled upon this video when that month is coming up, it could be an important month for you guys in this connection. I also feel like this card is a confirmation of your spiritual connection to this person. Through meditation or through dreaming, you are able to contact this person's higher self. So if you're ever unsure about where their head's at or what they need from you or what's happening in their life, you can connect to them on a higher self level and get those answers directly from them. When you do, it is safe for you to trust them and know that, yes, this is really their higher self talking to you. You know, just thinking of, I keep bringing these cards back out, but just thinking of this message, I feel like a big lesson for you guys is to not rely so much on outer confirmation or outer validation, and trust your inner voice and trust in the link that exists between you and this person's higher self, because really you're going to get the most information and the most truths about this connection directly from your souls. So trust in that intuition. It's very strong. No matter who you are in this situation, you are tapped in psychically, okay? So anyway, I'm gonna end the reading there. That's all the messages I have for you today. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Of course, the outside noise stops as soon as I finish the reading. Please take good care of yourself. Stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. I'm sending you lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi number 4s, so if you guys chose the White Moonstone, this is going to be a reading all about how the person you are thinking of feels about you. So I'm going to start off this reading with some oracle cards, and these cards are going to give us a feel for your energy versus the energy of the person you're thinking about. And then we will also take some cards to see the general energy of this connection between the two of you, see what it's like and where it's going and everything like that. Then we will shuffle some tarot so that we can see your person's past, present, and future feelings for you. And then we'll close off the reading with just a couple more oracle cards, just in case there's any other advice or outcomes that Spirit wants you to know about. And we could even get some significant time frames in that part of the reading. So let's get right into it, starting with these Cat Paw Tarot Oracle cards, and these are going to show us the main energies or the personalities of each person involved in this connection. So to start off, we have Death and the Moon. Okay, so I have been doing this in person A, person B style, meaning that I don't specifically tell you this one is you, this one is the other person. Rather, I will let you guys hear the description, and you can determine for yourself which one is resonating more with you and which one is resonating more with your person. If you find that they both sound like you, that is totally normal. It just means that you and your person are mirroring each other. And I do have a feeling that these two energies are quite similar. I'll get into that in a second. If you find like it doesn't sound like you at all, then this might not be your pile. But yes, I will let you guys figure out which one might be you and which one might be your person. Starting off, we have two water signs present here. We have Scorpio in the Death card, and we have Pisces in the Moon card. These could be your signs. If they are, please feel free to take that as confirmation. But more than that, what I think this may be hinting at with both of you coming out as water signs is just that the two of you are quite similar energetically, and that you have quite a lot in common. So maybe you guys have similar personalities or similar mannerisms. You might have the same emotional disposition and emotional reactions. You could have similar hobbies or talents, or even similar areas of study or career paths. But this can also transcend to a soul level, like you guys might be from the same soul group or soul family. But whatever it might be, I feel like there's something between the two of you where you just get each other. It's like you're really in your element, no pun intended, because you're both water element. You're really both in your element when you're around each other. You feel safe and comfortable and feel like you can really be authentically yourself. And again, it doesn't matter like if you're water signs or not, but I think that you're just both coming out as the same element to sort of show that similarity and that level of comfort and that level of getting each other. So let's start over here with the Death person. I am getting a feeling that this is somebody who tends to keep to themselves. They might be a more quiet or introverted type, but what I see with this person is that when they're around somebody that they're super comfortable with, they become like loud and funny and crazy and very talkative. They could also become quite open and vulnerable. So it's like they're very selective with who they trust and who they open up to. But when they do trust you and when they do open up to you, you get to see the whole rainbow. You get to see all of their true colors. And when this person is comfortable, they can be really freaking hilarious. And they're also very, very talented, but you might not get to see that if you're just an acquaintance, or even if you're a friend, you might not get to see it. I feel like you have to be really, really close with this person to crack open their shell. This person might be kind of wary of people. Maybe they've been hurt before where they really, really opened up to somebody and then that person abandoned them. It could even be, and I really hope that this is not the case, but it could be that this person was bullied when they were younger. Like they used to be really funny and loud and opinionated and like showing off their talents, but then maybe they got teased a lot or bullied, and so now they just keep it to themselves because they don't want to, like subconsciously, they don't want to relive that. It could be something like that too. I get the sense that this person is very intelligent. Specifically, what's coming to my mind is that this person has excellent memory, and this goes for like if they're studying, they can remember the contents of a lesson or something really quickly, but I feel like they also remember really random factoids, and they will remember what you were wearing when you guys met like 2 years ago. They will remember like what street you were walking on when you said that thing, and they'll remember it verbatim. I also feel like this person might have like favorite movies. Like I just heard like cult classic, or like these movies that they're really, really into, and they can like recite the movie verbatim. So you can see this person could be like, well, not they could be, they are incredibly talented. They are very brilliant. But it's not really shown to many people, or it's all channeled into their work. I'm also hearing things like engineer, or some work related to technology. This could be this person's profession, or they could have an interest in that as well. This person is very protective when it comes to the people that they love, and they are fiercely loyal. Now they could have a kind of dry sense of humor, and they could be the type to roast their friends or their loved ones, but no one else is allowed to roast. So they will make fun of you, but if someone else makes fun of you, then you're toast. They will come for you. Very, very loyal like that, very, very protective like that. And maybe I'm just pulling this from a Scorpio stereotype, but this person could have, you know, like a magnetism to them, like a sexual magnetism to them. They could be very attractive, very charming, and there could be like an air of mystery to them as well. Like people are fascinated by them, people want to get to know them more. And I feel like if this person was more outgoing, they could be like super popular, social butterfly, super in the mix, but they're just not really into that. Another thing with this person is I do think they're very down to earth. I think they're very realistic and practical, as opposed to being like an idealist. They're not particularly optimistic, not particularly pessimistic. They're just, you know, they see the situation as it is. I think this is someone who doesn't really care about appearances. You know, they don't care about superficial things. They're not impressed by, you know, like how attractive someone is, or how much money someone has, or how famous somebody is. They care about what's on the inside. They know that like looks are deceiving and personas are deceiving. And this person is just looking for the real thing when it comes to connections in general, like friends, romantic, business partners, whatever it might be. They value most people who are genuine and honest, and they would rather someone be their true self and be incompatible with them than somebody who is faking who they are to be compatible with them. Like they would more respect the person who is being their true self. I hope that made sense. It made more sense in my head, but they value like realness, they value genuineness, and this person would have like an incredible bullshit radar. They know if you're lying, they know if you're like faking something, they know if you're just trying to flatter them. So like don't even try it with this person. Whether this person knows it or not, they have a very strong intuition. Likely their third eye chakra is very developed because they can see past the veil. I'm not necessarily getting any messages about whether this person is spiritual or not, but I do know that their third eye is very strong. Their intuition is very strong. Okay, so on to the moon person. Again, I'm getting the same vibes that this person also likes to keep to themselves, is likely an introvert. I feel a very cozy and homey type of vibe from this person. Like somebody, I'm imagining someone who has a lot of pillows and blankets in their home, who has a lot of plants. They might have like a lot of incense or candles, you know, things that make a space feel very warm and cozy and safe. I'm getting as well that this person is a good cook or enjoys cooking. I'm also getting that they enjoy reading. I feel like this person is more of a book person, and this person is more of a movie person. And also from the moon person, I get a very dreamy vibe. This person is likely very artistic. They may make their own art, although I don't feel that that's the case for everybody. It could just be that they enjoy consuming art. They enjoy reading. They enjoy like visual art, like they enjoy viewing it. They might enjoy fashion as well, like watching how other people express themselves through fashion. So maybe they follow a lot of like aesthetic pages, a lot of fashion pages and things like that. This person could be, I think they're spiritual too, but they might be more into it than the death person. The moon person could be, you know, very well versed in astrology, for example, or tarot or something like that. And I do feel that the moon person is incredibly intuitive, but they might doubt their abilities a lot. They might worry a lot about if something was actually their intuition, or if it was, you know, just their wishful thinking or just their ego. And when they get psychic insights, they might often feel crazy, they might dismiss it a lot, and they worry a lot about being wrong in that sense, I feel. So they do have a strong intuition. I feel like they just sometimes have trouble believing in it or have trouble following it. This could be somebody who is a little bit impressionable. So, you know, if they really want to pursue something, but then the people around them are like talking bad about it or don't like it, they might say like, oh yeah, I don't really like it anyway. Or if someone suggests to them that, oh, you're like this, or you should do this, they're like, oh, you know what, you're right, I am like that. It's like they need to learn to trust themselves more than what the like consensus is or what the popular opinion is. I think they need to be more strong in their inner compass. It's likely that this person is just very sensitive to the energies around them. They might be clairsentient, claircognizant. They're constantly like channeling thoughts, feelings, ideas, messages from everywhere, which is a blessing and a curse because your own voice can sometimes get drowned out in all of that. So it's like they're highly spiritually gifted, but they just need to learn how to like turn it on and off when it's necessary to do so. This person is very kind, very tolerant. They're like so, what's the opposite of judgmental? Like they're so open-minded and accepting of everybody. This is somebody who can truly see the best in everyone. This person might feel like a black sheep, and their group of friends might also be like black sheeps as well. But they're very, very loyal. I'm looking at the little lobster down there and I'm thinking of Phoebe saying that she's your lobster. That's a Friends reference that, well, you know, it's not the first time I've mentioned it, but the lobster on the moon card just makes me think that. They're very loyal. They want, when it comes to love and relationships, I think this moon person wants something that is really serious, someone that they can depend on. And I think that the moon person needs a partner who is very stable, and who is very reliable so that they can feel safe. Because I think the moon person tends to get in their head. They could feel anxious sometimes, and obviously the ultimate goal is to become their own rock and their own anchor, but I think that having a partner who is like a rock or an anchor could be a very positive influence in the moon person's life. Okay, so this is what I see for the two people here. So I'm going to move on now to these spirit animal oracle cards. So while what we saw here is like their personalities, what I want to look at with these spirit animal cards is more like how these two people interact within the connection, like how what side of them is brought out in this connection. So for the death person, we have Scorpion. There is double Scorpio energy here. It would be funny if somebody in this connection is like a Scorpio sun and moon, or like a Scorpio sun and Venus or something like that. But it's funny, that's doubled here. But in this deck, Scorpion, not Scorpio. In this deck, the Scorpion is not water, but actually is represented by the element of fire. So in addition to Scorpio, it could be fire sign energy here. Aries just came to my mind because it is ruled by Mars. Scorpio is also ruled by Mars. And then for the moon person, we have the Nightingale. So this is air energy. being a bird. And it's cool because I believe that this is a moon, because it's a nightingale, it sings at night. I think it's sitting on the moon, so it's like double moon here and double scorpion here. Okay, oh, I also want to mention something. In the last 3 piles, I've been paying attention to what direction the animals are facing. In pile 1, they were facing away from each other. In pile 2, they were facing away from each other. In pile 3, one of them was facing away and the other one didn't have a face because it was a starfish. And you guys are the only pile where the animals are facing each other, which is, it's like standing out to me because we just finished talking about how similar you guys are, especially on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, and now you guys are facing each other. So I feel like you guys really do want the same things when it comes to a relationship, and even more specifically when it comes to this connection. I also think that you're both very sure about your feelings for each other. You're very sure about where you want to take this. And if you guys haven't talked about this yet, I would say that you're going to very, very soon, because it's like you're moving towards each other. And the way I interpreted the piles that were facing away is that like maybe they're not ready to go there yet, or they're not ready to talk about it yet. They're still kind of hiding what's really in their heart. Again, if this hasn't happened yet, it's going to happen very, very soon, where you're facing each other, you're coming towards each other, and you're having an honest conversation about this connection, or like a heart-to-heart about this connection. And now that I think of it, even here, like the cat on the death card is like making a beeline towards the moon person, and it's so cute because like the moon cat is in the sky, and I'm thinking that like the death cat like jumped up on this high ledge to get up closer to the sky, to get up closer to the moon person. So this death person is like, I'm coming for you. I'm coming to get you, and nothing can stop me. I will jump up to the sky. I will lasso the moon and pull you down. Yeah, anyway, sorry. I think this scorpion person is very, very attracted to the moon person. The scorpion person sees that there's a lot of ugliness in the world. There's a lot of corruption in the world, and the scorpion really admires that the moon/nightingale person is so pure and genuine. And even though the moon person is a black sheep, they don't try to conform to the rest of the sheep. I feel like this moon person is really singing their song and is really proud of who they are, proud of their uniqueness, proud of their spiritual side, proud of their sensitive side. And the scorpion really, really admires that even if this moon person is considered like weird or unacceptable or different or even weak for being so sensitive and vulnerable, that doesn't make them stop being who they are. That doesn't make them hide who they are. They just find their herd of black sheep to thrive with. So yeah, the scorpion really, really appreciates that about the nightingale. I was just thinking that the nightingale might be a talented singer, because, well, the nightingale is a talented singer. So this moon person might have a lovely singing voice, or it could just be a lovely speaking voice. That could be something that the scorpion person admires about the nightingale. This could also be a hint that in this upcoming exchange, like moving towards each other, that's happening with the scorpion and the nightingale might be the person to initiate that heart to heart. And in fact, maybe throughout the connection in general, the nightingale is more the one to like initiate conversation, or just kind of does more of the talking. And it's not because the scorpion is not into the nightingale. I think that's just the scorpion's nature. You kind of have to get the scorpion going first, and then they will be like a little chatty Cathy. But yeah, the scorpion tends to just be more reserved and keep to themselves, and the nightingale is more like, hey, like talk to me. So I don't know why I started laughing. I just think it's cute. And I feel like both of these people are quite selective about who they hang out with, who they keep around each other, but they really like each other. You guys may start off as friends, or you may have started off as friends. That's kind of the vibe I get, because the way things progress, it feels very like sweet and innocent, and also kind of nervous, kind of like the dynamic of friends testing the waters and moving to something more. That's kind of the feeling that I get between the two of you. But yeah, I'm really like thrilled that you are facing each other. I feel like you guys communicate really well. You really get each other. You're loyal to each other. You have each other's back. This energy is just so nice so far. And I just noticed you guys were drawn to the white moonstone. So it's like moon, 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 scorpion, scorpion. Yeah. Could be that one of you guys is a Cancer as well, with all this moon energy. But yeah, okay, let's move on to the next card. So these cards are just going to give us more insights about the connection, what it's like and where it's going, and what your angels have to say about it. So we have Strength. There's little lions on here, and of course Strength is kind of like the Strength in tarot. So this could be Leo energy. Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. And ask for help from others. Let's start over here with the Strength card. This is so sweet. I'm actually seeing you guys as these two little lion cubs in this woman's arms. And I'm thinking of this woman as, it could actually be a goddess, but it could be a spirit guide or an angel who is watching over both of you right now. And she wants both of you to know that you are so pure and that you are like little babies. You are so precious to this spirit guide. She's always there for you. She's always watching over both of you. This could be like, I definitely feel like you guys are members of the same soul family. You might resonate with the Lyran star seeds because they are represented as lion-like or cat-like creatures, although that might just be a message for some of you. But yeah, I definitely think you're part of the same soul family. Maybe if you are feeling like black sheep, it's because Earth is not very familiar to you. And I think that this feminine guide who is watching over you guys is likely from the same place as you and is helping you guys to feel accustomed on this earth, but most importantly to find each other and to stick together. Because it's like, you guys are family, your soul family. You have to stick together. Your black sheeps have to stick together. One of the lessons that you guys are learning, or lessons that you guys are learning in this connection, quite literally, as we see written down here, is strength and trust. So in the time that it takes for this connection to come together, it might require for you to have a lot of faith. The strength could be indicating getting over the fear of getting hurt, because I know that's definitely a fear that is present within the Scorpion. It could be for the Nightingale as well. The strength, the energy of strength is like not letting your past make you bitter. So when we're talking about you guys being pure souls in a harsh world, it's like, don't let the harshness of this world make you bitter or make you think that there is no softness in the world. And maybe you see relationships falling apart around you. Maybe you see people cheating on each other and abandoning each other. Maybe this is something that happened in one or both of your families, where you just find it hard to trust in people and trust in true love. But your sensitivity to these things is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. And your choice to be gentle and soft in spite of everything you've been through, that's also a sign of strength. I feel like this journey and this lesson is, I feel like both of you are going through this. You're learning to trust in love again. You're learning to trust that, yes, there is pure people and there is true love out there. And it is available to me, and I'm going to be strong enough to sing my song and invite it towards me, and trust that whatever comes towards me will be good for me. I'm not going to live my life in fear. I'm not going to let the ugliness of the world win. I'm not going to let these liars and cheaters scare me out of searching for what is mine. yeah, you guys both mirror each other very closely in this sense. I'm also noticing there is a consistency of butterflies here. This could be indicative of a rebirth or a transformation that is happening soon within your connection. And then the final message that we have here is ask for help from others. Some of you guys might have mutual friends or mutual connections that you're being encouraged to speak to regarding the connection. Another thing that came to my mind with this card is actually maybe some of you are being encouraged to get a reading, like a birth chart reading or a tarot reading, or maybe even like an energy healing session so that you can release some of your doubts, some of your fears, some of your past traumas. That might help with developing this connection too. Of course, others can also be your guides and your angels, but I think the biggest one is if you have any mutual friends or like a professional, such as a reader or an energy healer. It could even be a therapist, to start working through some of these fears that you guys have. Okay, so that concludes our messages for the oracle cards for now, because we'll get a couple at the end too. But I'm going to move on to the tarot section of this reading, and in this section we are going to see this person's past, present, and future feelings for you. And oh no, the sun the sun is starting to set, so ignore this weird light patch. Yeah, the shadows are about to get weird. It's that time of day. Ooh, so these came out really, really quickly, and it's, oh my gosh, look at this. It's the Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles. So when we're talking about how somebody feels about you and a queen and a king comes out, gender doesn't matter here, but queen and king does make a pair. So this person knew you were something special from the moment that they met you. When it comes to the King of Pentacles, I would think that this is a relationship with a lot of long-term potential. And again, I feel like you guys, you've either like known each other for a very long time, maybe you were friends before, or maybe this person just felt really, really familiar to you because of your previous incarnations together. But there's this feeling of like long-standing and deep-rooted connections and the potential for a very long and happy future together. And I feel like right when this person met you, they already knew that something special was there. And their feelings have been growing for you like slowly over time. I wouldn't say that it was like this super intense love at first sight, like I fell so hard for you right off the bat, but they definitely liked you as soon as they met you. They knew that you guys were going to get along, and then as they got to know you more and more, it's like they slowly but surely fell for you. They became more and more sure about you. And I'm confident to say that this person likely thinks of you as like the one. They think of you as like the one for them. This person with the King of Pentacles energy as well, I think they want to protect you. I think they want to provide for you, even materially. Even if they're not able to do that right now, they might dream of a future where they're like quite successful and wealthy and they're able to provide for you in any way that you need or want. They may really want to enjoy a prosperous future with you. But it looks like, and I'm just trying to keep in mind that this is past energy, but it looks like this was someone who, you know, was really committed to you, who really wanted to commit to you and didn't have eyes for anybody else. With the Queen of Cups, I also feel like this person got to know quite early on that you guys just get each other. Maybe this person opened up and revealed some things about them that they thought were unique or weird or extra sensitive, and you just got it. In fact, maybe you even had a similar experience. But the way you related to this person and the way you just know what this person is thinking, what this person is feeling, without them having to say it, that really, really stood out to them. They really admire your ability to be intuitive and perceptive, and they admire your like emotionally nurturing traits as well. And if you are sensitive or if you are emotional, they love that about you. Even if you've been told by other people in the past, like, you're too sensitive, you're too emotional, stop crying, why do you care so much? Or my favorite, you don't have a right to feel that way. What does that even mean? Anyway, even if people have told you that in the past, this person loves that you are extra emotional and that you express your emotions. So this, yeah, anyway, this past energy looks really, really nice. And I just noticed we have another freaking moon. There's so much moon energy. Yeah, so let's take a look now at this person's, oh my God, I hate that shadow. Whatever, no, I'm not going to start moving the table. I'll just deal with it. So let's see what this person's current feelings are for you. Ooh, there's the Magician and the Queen of Swords. Okay, yeah, this person is ready. With that Magician, this person is ready to go to the next level with you, and they are likely either about to approach you about this or they're planning on how to make their move. But the Magician, it's like this will to manifest something, and also the potential and the ability to manifest something. So this person recognizes like the potential for you as a partner or as a fiance or as whatever the next level is for you guys, and they're ready to take any actions or say any words that they need to do in order to convey this to you, in order to make this happen. With the Queen of Swords here, I feel like this is something that they've thought about a lot, because the Queen of Swords analyzes, the Queen of Swords strategizes and rationalizes, and I feel like this person has been coming up with like the perfect way to say this to you, with the perfect plan to approach you. When this person is like walking or in the shower or before they go to bed, I feel like they play out this conversation with you in their head. You know, they play out how they word what they want to say to you, and then they imagine your reaction, and then they go back and, no, I'm not going to say it like that, I'm going to change it. They might even be thinking about like where and when they want to say this to you. But yeah, this facing each other, this coming together, I feel like your person is ready for it. They are thinking about it, they are planning it. And with the Queen of Swords also, there's this very like direct energy to her, because she uses her sword to cut away the bullshit. She uses her sword to clear away things that are not necessary, that are not useful. So I do think that this, I don't know, what do I call it? A confession or an approaching that is going to happen. It is going to be very, very direct, very clear. You will know this person's feelings. You will know this person's intentions. It's not going to be like, I think you're really cool and I like spending time with you. It's going to be like, I have feelings for you. I want to be in a relationship. Very direct and very clear. This is what I feel from this energy. And this is the current energy, which means, again, if it hasn't happened yet, it's going to happen very, very soon. Wow. So moving on, now we're going to take a couple cards for the future energy. Page of Pentacles. And the Fool. Okay, so now there's Aquarius energy here as well. There's a lot of different signs going on here. So the Page of Pentacles, look at this, and they're facing each other again. I love how like all of the cards are moving towards, like all of the cards are facing this way, and they're all moving towards the future. And then the Fool is here to like catch the offering, if that makes sense. It's like all of the energy was like moving towards the future, was culminating towards this moment, and then the Fool is here to receive it. So when it comes to the Page of Pentacles, this does represent an offer from somebody. So I do think that there's an offer coming to you from this person in the future. The fact that it's a page, it's making me think that so you guys will have your conversation. You'll be very open about your feelings for each other. But I have a feeling with this Page of Pentacles that that you guys will both agree on taking things slowly for some reason. So I don't know, this is just an example, but let's say you guys are friends and this person comes and confesses their love to you and you return their feelings to them, and then you decide, okay, well, we are friends, so you know it's a bit scary, we don't want to lose what we have, and you decide that instead of like becoming a committed couple, maybe we'll go on a few dates together, like as lovers, like we'll hang out as love interests rather than friends and kind of see how that goes, and then if we feel good with that, then we can move on to being a committed couple. It's like you're still taking a kind of conservative or slower approach. Or I don't know, if this person confesses that they want to move in with you, maybe ultimately you decide like that you will spend a few nights out of the week together and see how it goes. It's like, yeah, you're just building things up slowly, because I feel like you're so sure about each other that there's no real need to rush things. And I think you both just really want to make sure that everything goes well and that things are done right. It's really very sweet, actually. And I think that you will ease into this next stage of the relationship. And then the Fool energy here, the Fool does represent a new beginning, especially like an exciting new beginning, a fresh start. So I definitely see a new beginning coming for you guys. We had all those butterflies before, which to me were indicating a rebirth, a transformation. And these cards together are so cute because it's like, it's a leap of faith, but kind of a cautious one. So it's like you're not going total, oh my gosh. You're not going totally like head first into the deep end with each other, but it's like the Fool and the Page of Pentacles are meeting each other halfway. So you are bringing a new fresh chapter to the relationship, but in a way that still makes you feel like safe and under control, and things are moving at a nice leisurely pace. It kind of feels like that. So, aw, this is really, really sweet. Okay, so to finish the reading now, I'm just going to take a couple of Moonology Oracle cards. The sun is beating right down on me and I'm getting so freaking sweaty. Anyway, that was, you guys didn't need to know that, but let's see what we have here. Oh, wow. Pile number 3 got the exact same card. Don't let your past hold you back with the South Node. So yeah, this is definitely confirmation that you guys have had past lives together. And also I think a confirmation that some of the fears you experience with, you know, trusting that there's good in the world, trusting that there's true love out there, a lot of that might come from like your earlier life in this incarnation, or even some previous incarnations on Earth that were not so pleasant. I'm almost getting the feeling like you guys have been incarnated on Earth before and you did not have the best time, and this guide was like gently urging you to come back, and you guys were like, no, the place is a shithole, I don't want to go back. But the guide managed to encourage you guys to incarnate back on Earth again. Maybe that's a specific message. Don't let your past hold you back. And we have you are good enough with the full moon in Virgo. So this can actually be showing us a specific time frame. If I'm not mistaken, I believe, I'm probably gonna have to look it up because I always think I know when they are and then I don't know. But the next full moon in Virgo, it could be in March of 2022. If I'm wrong, I will put a subtitle correcting myself. If I'm right, I won't put anything, but I believe that the next full moon in Virgo is in March 2022, so that could be a significant month if it happens to be coming up when you are watching this video. But this card to me is speaking of how much you support each other and how much you reassure each other. I feel like you give each other a lot of words of affirmation. To each other, but also like to other people. So it's like, how can I say? You will hype up your partner, and then you will also talk to your friends and your family and your acquaintances about like how amazing your partner is. It's like you will brag about each other. I also think you guys are very helpful to each other. So acts of service could be a love language that you guys use or will use as well. You really just want to be there for each other in this crazy world. But I have to say, this was really like one of the sweetest readings ever. So that's all the messages I have for you. I'm gonna end the reading there. Thank you very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below as well. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!